Good morning, student. Here we have started chapter number 10 circles and this part number 7. Now we are going to discuss property that cyclic quadrilateral. Now for that we are going to discuss here the cyclic quadrilateral. If any 4 points plotted on the plane and any circle passes through these all 4 planes, then joining these 4 points we can find a quadrilateral. So this quadrilateral is known as a cyclic quadrilateral. So in that manner you can see here given 4 points or of any quadrilaterals, vertex on of any four four vertex of any quadrilateral, and you can see that from these all points one circle is passing through. So this is known as a quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral. A quadrilateral ABCD is called cyclic if all the 4 vertices of it lie on the circle. In the simple meaning, you will find a you can find or you will find peculiar property or in such quadrilateral. Draw several cyclic quadrilateral of different sides and name each of these as ABCD. This can be done by drawing several circles of different radii and taking 4 points on each of them. Then you can find such property. As you can see here, the opposite angle of this quadrilateral, that is A and C. A and C are opposite angle. If you take the sum of A and C and you take sum of opposite angle B and D, then you can find it follows some manners. So you can see that every time you find that angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree and angle B plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. So you will find that this property in cyclic quadrilateral, that opposite angle of this cyclic quadrilateral, and if you take sum of opposite angle, then you can find it is equal to 180 degree. So both are complement angle. So let by using this property we find or we derive two theorem number 10.11, that is sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. If you take sum of either pair of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. In fact, the converse of the theorem which is stated below is also true. If we take converse of this theorem 10.11, then we can find theorem number 10.12 and it is the opposite of or converse of it. So if the sum of a pair opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree, then the quadrilateral is cyclic. So using this property, let me solve some example. Example number 3, in figure 10.32, here given 10.32, AB is a diameter of a circle. Here given that AB is a diameter of a circle. CD is a chord equal to the radius of the circle. CD is a chord of equal to the radius, means it is half of AB. CD is a half of AB. AC and BD when extended intersect at the point E. when AC and BD extended, then both of them intersect at point E. Here you can see that. Prove that angle AEB is 60 degree. We want to prove that this one is 60 degree. For that, join OC, OD and BC. 3 edge we will join OC, OD and BC. So here you know that CD is a half of diameter, that is equal to radius. So OC and OD also radius. So OC, OD and CD, these three sides are equal. So this triangle COD or ODC triangle is a equilateral triangle. So triangle ODC is equilateral triangle, and we know that the angle, each of the angle of equilateral triangle is of 60 degree. So COD is 60 degree, and we know that these chord or these arc draw or subtend two angle COD and here one more angle CBD or DBC. CBD or DBC, one of them you can take that. So CBD is half of COD as we have seen in theorem number 10.8. So CBD is half of angle COD. So it is a 30 degree, as you can see here, or COD is 60 and it is 30. So now again ACB is equal to 90 degree. ACB is equal to 90 degree because it is angle in half semicircle. It is a angle in semicircle. So this one angle is 90 degree. So if this angle is 90, then BCE is also 90 degree. BCE also 90 degree. So BCE is 180 minus ACB is equal to 90 degree. So here CBD is 30, BCE is 90. So from this triangle we can find CED is 60 degree. That is CEB is equal to 90 minus 30 degree, which is equal to 60, and we can also write it as angle AEB, which is equal to 60. Hence the proof. Example number 4. In the figure 10.33, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral in which AC and BD are its diagonal. As you can see here, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, and we know that in cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles, sum of opposite angles is equal to 180 degree. DBC angle DBC is 55 degree and BAC is 45 degree. Find angle BCD. BCD. So here BAC given, that is 45. We know that angle of cyclic quadrilateral are complement, means it's, if we take sum of both, then is equal to 180. So if we find the value of BAD, if we find value of BAD or DAB, then we can subtract from 180 degree, then we can find BCD. For that we have to find the value of CAD. So CAD is equal to angle DBC is equal to 55. Why? Because here DBC is equal to DBC and CAD drawn by the arc CD and both angle are equal. So CAD equal to angle DBC is 55 angles in the same segment. In that manner DAB कितना हो जाएगा? तो DAB is sum of CAD plus BAC. CAD plus BAC, that is 100, and subtracting it from 180 degree, we can find angle BCD is equal to 180 degree minus 100, that is 80 degree, by using the property of cyclic quadrilateral. 10.11. Example number 5, two circles intersect at 2 points A and B. Here you can see that in the figure, two circles intersecting at 2 points A and B. AD and AC are diameters to the two circles. AD and AC, diameters to the two circles. Prove that B lies on the line segment DC. Line segment DC. So here you can see that ABD is the angle, and it is say in semicircle, so this angle is of 90, and as well as ABC is the angle of 90 because it is in a semicircle. Join AB. Angle ABD is 90 and ABC is 90. Why? It is angle in semicircle. So ABD and ABC taking sum of both, then we can find 180 degree, and it is a straight line. If you find any angle on here DBC, angle DBC is of 180 degree, so it is a line, and after then we can say that therefore DBC is a line that B lies on the line segment DC. Now example number 6, it is very important example. Prove that the quadrilateral formed, if possible, by the internal angle bisectors of any quadrilateral is cyclic. If you draw any quadrilateral such type, and if we draw bisector of each of angle, here AE is a bisector of A, DG is bisector of D, CG is a bisector of C, means it divides the DG, AE, BE, that is BE divides angle B in two equal parts, that is ABE and CBE are equal. So now in the figure, ABCD quadrilateral in which the angle bisectors AH, BF, CF and DH of internal angles ABCD respectively form a equilateral EFGH. So here we can find quadrilateral EFGH, such you can see here. Now angle FEH, how can we find FEH? We know that the sum of angles of triangles is equal to 180 degree. So if you want to find FEH, that is equal to AEB. So it is equal to FEH is equal to AEB. Both are equal. So why? Because it is opposite vertical angles. Opposite vertical angles. So we can find FEH is equal to angle AEB. So subtracting 180 from 180 degree, angle EAB and EBA. And here we know that EAB is half of A, and angle EBA is half of B. So we can write half of angle A plus angle B. As well as FGH. We just prove FEH and FGH sum of both is equal to 180 degree. So we have to find FGH as well as we can find FGH, that is 180 degree minus 1 half angle B plus angle C plus angle D. Now taking sum of FEH and FGH, we can find 180 degree minus half in bracket angle A plus angle B plus 180 degree minus, after solving these, 180 plus 180, that is 360 minus half of A, B, C, D, and we know that these are angle of cyclic quadrilateral. So we have to we know that the sum of quadrilateral is angle of quadrilateral is 360. So 360 minus 1 by 2 into 360. So we can find 180 degree. By this, by theorem 10.12, the quadrilateral EFGH is cyclic. So by this way, you can solve some example from exercise number 10.5. Solve question number 4. It is similar to we have studied here.